right. And then here you go, Mom.
Okay.
All right. And so, for this special occasion speech is for the retirement of my boss at my old fast food job that I worked at Zaxby's. So today we are here to celebrate the retirement of Miss Deborah after the decades of work that she has given to help the world. Retirement is very deserved for her because working as a manager for any company can be extremely difficult, but especially in fast food when you're handling a lot of younger people who don't have a lot of personal responsibility, so you have to kind of push them to take that upon themselves. And I don't know much about where she worked at before Zaxby's, but I do know from Zaxby's that she has had a lot of experience just being a manager and helping lead people throughout her career. And not only that, but being a mother to 2 children while being a manager and having grandchildren. And she actually made working at Zaxby's fun, surprisingly. Working in a fast food kitchen isn't very fun. You start to even miss the concept of just a window to be able to look outside, but she'd be able to make things enjoyable and to look forward to her coming because you know she would lighten the mood and make things nice. But the end of Miss Deborah's career marks the beginning of a future of fulfillment. Now, Miss Deborah can make working in a fast food kitchen enjoyable, which means she must make everyone else's lives around her enjoyable as well. Whenever I started working there, I was sort of just the standard worker trying to get a high school job to be able to make things work out. But she wasn't the fun, nice manager at first, actually. I was the standard worker and she was like the standard strict manager that everyone would kind of warn me about. And I was like, there's no way she's that bad. But my first day there, all I did was kind of lean on a counter, and the first ever thing she ever told me was stop leaning on that counter. And I was like, okay, maybe everyone was right about her. And but there was reasons for that she had been working in this field for so long that she had kind of grown accustomed and almost pessimistic towards having to put in so much effort just for people to do the right thing, that she didn't have a lot of time to care about making sure that the thing she said was super nice or anything. But as we kept working, she slowly grew close to me and grew to be herself around me. And the signs of her wanting to retire began to show because she would just be so tired after every shift, and she'd talk about how she hopes that she'd be able to retire soon. But it's not usual in my experience to go from a manager that you're scared of doing anything wrong around to going to a manager who is your biggest supporter. She's the one that wanted me to become more than just a little cashier who stands at a register, to become a cook and to become a trainer and to help those who would come in instead of just being one of the people that would come in. And this actually led me to figuring out that I like helping others learn, and I like helping them, and I like creating a process of training, which helped me choose my path to become a teacher in the first place. But Miss Deborah had gotten other job opportunities, but she never accepted them because she grew to really love the team that we developed at Zaxby's. I mean, we were so loyal to each other that one time I just stayed there until 12:30 a.m. just to help close because we were so low on people. And she was so thankful for that, and she deserved it because she'd always talked about her dream of opening a bakery one day. And now that she's able to retire, she can open her bakery and she can have more time for her art projects, and she can have more time to focus on developing her home and spend more time with her dogs and her grandchildren and her actual children. And despite only knowing her for a small slice of her career, I could see the large personal growth that she had throughout my 2 years at Zaxby's. She started pessimistic and ready to eventually retire, but even by the end of it, she was so nice, and she would defend those who weren't doing very well at Zaxby's, those who may be seen as lazy. She was the one helping defend them. And I hope to perform in my career with the strength of Miss Deborah, a career that she led me to choose. And so now she can finally leave the work to us. And then now we scan everyone else just to make sure. Yeah. And then you, Mama.
And me.
Yay.